Yes, it is 8:35. It's that magic time when we do our First Alert live stream. Hi, this is First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon live in the First Alert Weather Center. Hey, happy Friday. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Aisha, do you feel it?
Yeah.
The vibe, the Friday vibes?
Yes.
They're in the Weather Center right now. They've been going on all this morning. Hopefully you're feeling the Friday vibe. The weekend is just about here. If you're not feeling the Friday vibe, well, then you're probably feeling the cool weather. Let's get you outside. There's a live view from our Oshkosh sky camera. It's sunny. It's cold. It's relatively calm. We've got the 3 C's in effect. Temperature and wind chill match, 6 degrees above zero. 6 in Oshkosh, 7 in Wapaka and in Appleton. It's 2 in Green Bay with 12 in Sturgeon Bay. And there isn't a whole lot of wind, but where the wind is blowing around 5+ miles an hour, there's a little bit of a wind chill factor, especially Green Bay and Fond du Lac with wind chills matching at -9, +5 though in Marinette. We'll see temperatures rising out of the single digits in teens this morning into the 20s in most spots, a high of 25 degrees in Green Bay. It's a little colder compared to yesterday, and you'll notice a bit of a brisk southwest wind this afternoon, but you'll have more sunshine, so very similar in that regards to how Thursday turned out. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor, and let's get the clock into motion here. Sunshine. Notice some of these high, thin clouds that drift in from the north and west. I don't think they'll block too much sun. There may be some puffy cumulus clouds that also develop in the afternoon. So at worst, it'll be partly cloudy as we head towards this evening. But all in all, it looks like it's going to be a quiet night. High temperatures this afternoon should work their way mostly into the mid and upper 20s. 30 this afternoon in Pembine. And you know what? This is an interesting time of year when you're doing high temperature forecasting. Because normally you would see colder high temperatures in the north and warmer high temperatures in the south. But, you know, when you have all this snow on the ground and some sunshine, what happens is that the darker evergreen trees up in the north woods absorb more sunlight and retain more heat. Meanwhile, farther south, where you don't have that thick forest, like in the Fox Valley, you've got all that snow on the ground. The sun shines off of that snow, and that energy is reflected back up into the atmosphere, and it's a little bit harder to warm up. So you tend to be warmer in the north and colder in the south. It's kind of an odd thing. So that happens this time of year. So Oshkosh, a high of 24, while you get a high of 29 in Shawano and 30 in Pembine. So there's going to be a bit of a wind chill factor. This afternoon, southwest winds will be around 10 to 15 miles an hour, so it won't feel like the 20s. It'll feel like the teens with wind chills in the single digits as we head towards tonight, at least this evening. Our next weather maker, we're going to be warming up, and we're going to have a February thaw. It's going to be coming in early next week. That's going to lead to some melting snow. Right now, we've got an 8-inch snow pack here in Green Bay. I don't think it's all going to disappear, but a good chunk of it will. So tonight, we get a blustery southwest wind. Gusts will be around 25 miles an hour. And yes, that's going to keep our wind chills pretty close to zero for much of the night, but that southwest wind is going to draw in some milder weather, and our temperatures will be trending up. We'll see highs in the upper 20s tomorrow. We'll be at and above the freezing mark on Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days in a row where high temperatures should be at and above 40 degrees. A little colder on Thursday. We'll take a step back to 34 degrees. So going into the first half of next week, it might be car wash time for a lot of folks. I would also expect with melting snow and some refreezing overnight, there will be some overnights and early mornings next week where you get some icy patches on untreated blacktop and asphalt. That's something that bears some watching. And the other thing, too, is that not all the snow just melts. You know, some of it evaporates, and then you get this extra water vapor that's kind of hugging the ground. And then at night, as the temperatures cool down, sometimes you see a little bit of some fog or some freezing fog. That might be something that bears some watching in the early morning hours as we go into next week. All right, so there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. There's that warming trend in the 40s early next week. The weekend looks pretty quiet, but as that warmer air comes in, there will be some unsettled weather. No big storms, but I would expect that we have a little bit of precipitation here and there, especially on Wednesday where we get some rain showers that could turn into a wintry mix very late in the day. Let's show you Sunday. Sunday, skies will be mostly cloudy. First Alert Pinpoint Predictor has some flurries that pop up during the day. Flurries, light snow showers in the north woods. Maybe somebody gets a little coating of some snow. It's probably going to be dry Sunday evening, but as a disturbance moves through around and after midnight, we'll probably have a spotty, wintry mix. This might be just enough to create a little bit of slickness for that Monday morning commute. I don't think it's going to be horrible, but I think it's something that we'll have to keep an eye on. But other than that, there's no big serious weather heading our way. In fact, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weather looks pretty good for anybody who's coming over to Green Bay to go to the Resch Expo Center. We've got the Wisconsin State Hunting and Fishing Expo. A lot of folks who enjoy the great outdoors like going to this 3-day event. We should see partly, then mostly cloudy skies this weekend, some flurries on Sunday. Otherwise, a little breezy walking into the Resch, especially this evening and especially on Saturday. We're looking at, the winds kicking up around maybe 15, 20, 25 miles an hour. So that's not horrible, but it's not pleasant. There'll be a bit of a wind chill factor to deal with. But otherwise, your high temperatures will be in the upper half of the 20s on Saturday. And then Sunday, our highs will be at and just above the freezing mark. And then we get noticeably above the freezing mark as we go into next week. So whatever you're doing this weekend, you can always take us with you. Our weather team can be in your back pocket if you'd like. Go ahead and pull out your First Alert weather app. Scan the QR code on the side of the screen there. That allows you to download that to your device. And you can tap the app and you can hear our forecasts and get all the latest juicy details on what the weather is doing anytime you want. Anything from a bright sunny winter day to a raging blizzard. We're happy to be there for you. All right, coming up on Action 2 News at noon and at 4, meteorologist Emily Mers is in, and she'll check out the latest information and update the forecast and keep you in the know. And she'll also be on Saturday and Sunday mornings. And so when you wake up the next couple of days, you'll see a bright, shiny face smiling at you, and she'll give you the very latest forecast. All right, that is a little summary on what the weather is doing. I'll have some more details coming up on Action 2 News mid-morning. That is a little more than 15 minutes from now. And looks like Aisha Morales behind me is continuing to work on some of the top news stories. And we'll have everything you need to know coming up on Action 2 News mid-morning starting at 9 o'clock. Otherwise, happy Friday. Yay. Have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. See you around. Okay, bye.